Morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you are connected from. A very quick overview to how I look at my trade and getting into market. And my name is Felix from Jim, the team leader of Plan B Express. Why we encourage everyone to take part and participate in Plan B Express Academy or community. Our community, you have different options you can explore. We have a basic entry segment. Of course, we have free access on our general community, where you can still have access to so many informations, trainings, signals, and opportunity. And outside that, you have opportunity to be part of Plan B Express Cash Flow Solution Club. Very powerful and trusting club where you can have access to a lot of financial instruments, to trade, to copy trade, that's automation. And then to equally learn how to diversify into different long-term investment, medium-term investments in the stock market, diversify into crypto, which coin to buy or hold. It's not about buying a coin. When do you exit? Well, many buy coins when people are exiting. And so we give you through those pathway to avoid carrying the bags of people who have been making profit in the system. And that's why we want you to be part of that community. It's amazing. And then you can afford to me. So let's quickly look at, I'm looking at my market. I trade gold most of the time in foreign exchange market. That's the forex market. So quickly look at the gold as it is. Many have lost out of gold and then bond their account because they do not know how to go about trading gold most time. And now, not only trading gold, I have a simplest way of trading market. Now, the first thing I want to look at, of course, we'll talk about the first thing you look at in the market is called direction. You want to look at what we call direction, and this your direction is called structural bias. You want to look at direction of the market. So the direction is very important for you to have an idea. And this direction I normally check on what we call hit here, higher time frame. So if that's the case, Felix, am a creator of Parss strategy, and this is long and a story for another day. Now, when you look at the direction of the market, the next thing you want to have from the direction, what you want to establish from the direction you are checking, all right? What you want to establish on the direction you are checking, it's called point of interest. So when you are checking the direction of the market in a higher time frame, you're looking at point of interest. And then after your point of interest, we want to talk about entry confirmation. Entry confirmation. So you want to look at what my entry confirmation. So we have a lot of confirmations we use in our platform. So we want to look at direction of the market. And so you can put it this way, market direction. So direction and POI, point of interest. So these two go hand in hand, all right? These two go hand in hand. And then you want to look at entry confirmation. So when talk about the direction of the market, and that's when you're looking at doing what we call market overview. You want to check the market. Where is it going to? Where is it coming from? Now, so if you look at the direction of this market, it's an uptrend, right? Because if you look at it from where it's coming from, it's what? An uptrend, purely an uptrend at a higher time frame. This is a daily time frame. So most of the time when I'm checking with directions and then point of interest, so you want to look at what we call, prices factors, and then you want to look at setting what we call pivot point. Now, so first thing I check in my market is that I want to check before I trade Felix Parss strategy. That's a story for another day. So first thing I want to check is to check what happened yesterday. Vis-a-vis happening of yesterday, where was the market? How high did it go yesterday? And how low did it go yesterday? It's very paramount for me to ascertain this. Okay, I want to establish the fact that the market went this way yesterday and this way today, for instance. It's very paramount for me. Now, so on that, I'm establishing something. Then the next thing I probably want to establish, I want to look at the immediate break of structure, where the market come from. So point of interest, allowing with checking your directions that if you look at, there are so many point of interest. Now, if I'm using ICT concept strategy now, and then it calls something imbalance in the market. Now, if you look at where the market is right now, it's like an imbalance from the pullback here to this point on daily time frame. It's an imbalance, we called fair value gap. That's not enough. So probably that's one point of interest. So market is actually resting inside an imbalance right now. Then above it, it's what we call order block. This is another block is the opposing candle before a massive move. So market got up here. That was the last productive candle, which is a bullish candle before an aggressive return. So this is another block. So that means this other block, are we mitigating this other block now or getting stopped down from here? These are very important things you must establish. Now, having gotten that, I'm now seeing that the market, so we have this, and then we have this other block, right? Now, the immediate break of structure going up, what's happening here? Now, you see that I'm doing a kind of what called top-down review of the market. So we're not going too much about that, but you must establish a broader way before a narrow way and a narrow way into a broader way. It's very, very important. A broader way into a narrow way into a broader way. So these are very important. But you can see that the market is actually making an impulsive move going up as strong as possible. So there are factors for that. So the market actually had a break of structure. That's the first major break of structure returning back up here. Then we have this as the last up move, then before the market actually make a push down as much as possible. And what exactly happened? Then we have this market creating a kind of, what do we have here? So that means this is the internal change. So these are internal change of market structure shift on the higher time frame. So the market actually shifted here as an internal change. Do you understand? But there's a place you probably will have looked at properly of this internal change up here before this. So that means you're looking at major internal change actually occurred here. Oh, yeah. All right. So before we have this, so that means if we have this internet change, we need to actually return back to it. Instead that we break the structure. These are internet structure, right? And then we broke this. We have another breakdown here, over here. All right. So the market did that. And now, so you have this practically. Then we have this market break, another one here. So which means this is actually a major point, and then you have another break here. This is, right? So looking at the market fractals by fractals. So the market breakdown, we have this break of structure down here, and then we have this lower. So there's another pivot point that I need to have. So here, I have another pivot point here. So I'm not going to go into detail on how we actually, so if you want to be part of it, there are two places. First, you can come into Plan B Express Cash Flow Solution Club. Then you have access to this basic informations and trainings on how to identify the market, where you're going to take the entry from. And you want to go more deeper into advanced, then you have to come into Felix Forest in Accord. And that's going to cost you about $750 yearly, right? Just to understand strategy by strategy and how to go deeper in trading and all of that. So here we have this. But since we have this, then we have internal move of this market over here. Oh yeah, you have this internal. So that means this market actually start changing direction here. So we have overlay here, right? You have an overlay here, right? So the market had a kind of what we call fair value gap inside this box. You can see that. You have to train your eye to see practically. So here we have this internal, right? This is a fair value gap. You can take over here. This is a fair value gap. So you can see analysis, right? Take a lot of time, right? So analysis is very, very important. So when you analyze, it's not when you actually trade, right? So I've done all of this now. You can see it. I take my time to actually do all of this. So the market actually come into this fair value gap, right? Fair value gap. And we have this. This is what we call market structure shift internally. And we have this fair value gap. Having this fair value gap, the market goes there and can drop down. Now, of course, never mitigated this order block. Now, so we have this market drop down again, but this is the lovely thing. Dropping down to this point, it actually respects this order block. The whole body full here was respected. And the market got a bounce. So we have this low and we have a higher low. Now, this is a low, and then this is a high, and this is a market structure shift, which is a new high. And then what happened? We came down, and we have a new low. So we have a low, we have a high. All right, so that's it. Then we have a low. Now we need to break this. Now this is inversion of the old fair value gap that was inverted here, massive. Now where are we going next? Very important. And now, so you see the market going this way, fractals by fractals. Then you want to look at the market. So quickly, now we've brought out this point, and then we have been able to this is a breakup structure. And then we have now an internal breakup structure going up. That's what it is. That's what it is. So you have this. So breaking this structure, now you run into the fair value gap too. Now, this is a daily fair value gap. This is another block. Now, we're going to stop and return down from this fair value gap. But we're going to run into this other block. And now we're going to break out of this other block. These are questions you're going to ask yourself, to take care of a trade. So here we go. Now, so we know that this is the daily high, a low, high, and a low. So I've told you this pivot point I actually want to identify. So if you look at this market now, we're going to point of reversal to an extent. And then where are we going to return back to? There's something you need to understand here again now. There's a broad fair value gap located here inside of this fair value gap. And that's this guy here. Look at it. Very broad. So that means we have another bullish fair value gap seated here on the daily time frame. You guys need to adjust me. Ladies and gents, we have a fair value gap seated here. So you probably want to look at the market. Probably you also have to plot your analysis, returning back into this bullish fair value gap. I'm going to come back there. Well, that's where you need to look at. So quickly, we've gotten this. You can see my market now. I'm going to go to 4 hours. Fantastic. Now, returning back to my 4 hours. Remember, this is my fair value gap on daily time frame, and this was a fair value gap that was inverted. And then so I want to look at it in another perspective now on 4-hour time frame. And now, of course, we have different breakup structure, so breakup structure on daily time frame that will happen here and over here and all of that. So this had been respected, okay? So here we have, this is the lowest market, and then we have this high here, and then that's internal market structure saved, and then we have the other block that was respected, make a lot of sense, and then we have another breakup structure, and then we came down, respect this other block equally, that'll make a lot of sense, and then we have a new breakup structure, massive breakup structure, massive breakup structure. So if you do have this massive breakup structure, then we have this point called the origin that has not been mitigated. So probably you could just take it back to the start, right? This is a 4 hours unmitigated. Okay, so go back here. Now, so price is fractals. So 4 hours, all right? UOB, unmitigated order block, okay? So 4 hours unmitigated order block. Does that mean that every order block that was not mitigated will be mitigated immediately? No, that's not so. Now here is 1-day FG. All right, so let's look at it. Let's say it's 1-day FG. You got it? Good, fine. Now, so this market structure, we have a breakup structure. And the market move up here, and then we have another new breakup structure, which has to do with 1 hour time frame, or 4 hour time frame, beg your pardon. Yeah, so here we have this. Then, so inside this fair value gap, or above this fair value gap, what do we have? We have another block here that market probably need to come and respect. All right, so we have this is 4 hours unmitigated order block. So you can just take this one. Okay, so let's go this way. Yep. Thank you. So you have this unmitigated fair value gap, 4 hours. You got it? All right, so let's go. So if that's the case, so we're here. Now, remember inside this was what day fair value gap, which is a bearish fair value gap. 1 day. So can you take it over, say here, so okay, about yeah, I'm gonna take it as this way. The whole thing here, this whole thing here. Okay, this is 1 day bearish, so all the block, all of the block. Okay, fair value gap. So the market is there now. So I'm going to stop down here, or we're going to advance to this point. That's where we're going, and that's where we're going to break down to as low as possible. All right, so let's go quickly. Now we move down to 1 hour. Good, make a lot of sense. So 1 hour time frame. So 1 hour time frame, of course, we can trace the same tentacles and move over here. And then we have, of course, this is a break of structure. And now this is a break of structure. So you have just something here, a 1 hour time frame. So you have a break of structure here, right? So you have a break of structure here. Now, if we have a break of structure here, down here, still another 1 hour mitigated order block. Make sense? Very, very fantastic. So we have a lot of unmitigated other blocks. So here you have breakup structure. Then you have this other block, unmitigated. Now we have read this. A breakup out here. All of these points, so was to like probably come to respect it. So we have, if you go on 4 hours, that is a fair value gap. Somewhere here, I can't remember, forgotten. Somewhere down here. All right, so here we go. Now, so this is a breakout structure, 1 hour time frame, and then you have another other block here. It's very tiny on top of this one. So this is a 1 hour order block, very large fair value gap here. So this is a bullish fair value gap. Now, this is a very strong one. So, but sometime when we have this, sometime we go to Gambox to look at it 50 minutes. Yeah, so if we're gonna go with that, so probably take Malai. All right, so I can make it red, so that you just divide it. Ooh, sorry about that. So you have a lot of things pile up here. So this is how price can be very, very technical and funny. So here you have this. So this market to return back to probably the middle of this point. And so you want to pay attention to whatever play out to this point. So let's go to 30 minutes. This is how you do top-down analysis, top-down review, market review. So on 30 minutes, perhaps you're going to find similar thing, just a bit refined, and that's exactly what will happen here. And now, so 30 minutes, I'm not going to bother so much about it, but okay, you can find a whole lot of things, and this is where the market origin started from. And many people do not see because it came back to like a support level that was mitigated somehow, and support, and we have up here. Now we'll go to 15 minutes. There's something very significant on your 15 minutes. So here we go to 15 minutes. So what do we have? So 15 minutes of breakup structure. We have an outer block down here, non-mitigated, and also a lot of things happening. So we have non-mitigated and all of that. So here, this is the point. We have a lot of issues here happening now. The markets have done on 15-minute time frame, and then we have the market move up. This is the breakup structure, the major one. And now we have the market pullback. After this pullback, the markets don't want to respect anything and created a new order block because here a tentative kind of a point and move out here. and I want to come to create a low here. So I've created an order block. And so what's going to happen? This market is forcefully moving back up here. So if you break above this point, remember, this is previous day high. So what's going to happen? Previous day high? Yeah, this is it. So what has happened? The market opened here, the first flush down. That's what it means. So go back to a daily time frame. You're going to find what I'm talking about. So it doesn't mean that the market open. Now this is a market open, and now see if the market return back down, and that means the market's gonna go bullish. All right, so that's what it means. Okay, so how the market has actually pulled back and then taking another journey up already. So where am I gonna find solution to this problem? All right, so let's go this way. So let me just push because I really need to see it properly. That's the low and the high. That's the low and the high. Market open, pre down, and then they pull it up now. Massive. So don't go to the lower time frame. Remember, we're inside a fair value gap, daily fair value gap. Now, market is just rigmaroling here. You got to be very careful. Why am I going to be very careful? I'm going to be careful because we have this high. What if we take out this high, sweep liquidity, and tap into this other block, get rejected? So these are the things you want to pay attention to. So if I'm on lower time frame, I can be scalping this. Yeah, 5 minute time frame, you'll be making a lot of money. But you have an attention, you have an understanding of where the market is. So you already know this is the previous day high. And of course, this is inside fair value gap, and this is a bearish on the block. So you are very, very conscious. And now you know that this is the mid range of a wide bullish on the block. You know that this is 1 hour on the block, so I can just put it there. 1H, yeah, OUB. Of course, we know this as 4HOUB, something like that. Now, was this a fair value gap? Something like that. So, sorry, let's check on one now. It's another block. So, this 4H, this is 1H. We're good. All right. So, here we go. So, you can see the markets running, and so you will have to make a lot of money. And that's why we have different strategy. Because I have for Felix, I'll short the market here, made money. Yeah. And then take the market up here to make money. Yeah, so take the market down here, make money. Right now, am I taking the market down? So I want to check what's going to happen. So it's already creating a kind of structure inside the structure, because saying this is another block and this is another block. If you break this structure, you have another point here. Probably the markets will return back to this is 5 minutes. Now, there's a lovely thing. There's a lovely thing about gold. You can always make money. So let's quickly now check supporting tools that's going to help you here. Look at this. Now, this is market on 15-minute time frame. And what it has done is that to move up here and create a change of character. I haven't created a change of character here on 15-minute time frame. So you should have this. It's another block that the market should go back to. All right. So this is a tool that's going to help you to identify something. But you clearly need to know what you're doing per time and for you to be able to maximize everything around here. So this is another block. Now here, this form to be another block too inside this place. So I'm going to have a rejection here. Remember, this is the yesterday high. I'm going to have a rejection that will break out of this point and retest it and continue to go up. Now, remember, and those are the things you don't know most time. All right. So now I think now if you look at my other tool, this is RSI. Now this is pointing up. This is the market is bullish. In this 15-minute is bullish. You understand? Now if we go for 5 minutes, you see. Now yes, it's bullish on 15 minutes. It's bullish on the right. It's bullish on 5 minutes. But we're seeing something here On 5 minutes, the RSI creating a double top. All right. So creating a double top, but something very significant. So now, so if we're going to go this and then get this rejected, it's going to make a lot of sense. And then, so if we're going to have a part of 3 as part of my entry confirmations, this is 5 minutes. And then I'm going to do that. And so when I have this candle close bearish, I think it's higher than this. So then if we're going to take a trade, then I'm going to look at this point and say, hey, but I have to allow this candle to actually close down, and then probably taking a trade from here, and then taking a stop loss above these. Quite risky though, but this is scalping, for instance, and then targeting where ratio to risk reward. All right, so that's going to be 120 pips. As a stop loss, 100 pips as a stop loss, and then probably targeting something very down massive here. Remember? Probably down there. Correlating to those things you have analyzed, but you have to wait for these candle close. Yeah, there's no close, so you cannot quantify that. So that's going to be 1:7 risk reward, and losing 100 pips to make about how many pips? 760 pips. But that's not close, so you can conclude yet. Can you see something? Because this is a shift in market structure. It's a breakup structure. Make a lot of sense. We have the same thing here. We have similar thing here, but this is not respected yet. Because here you have a breakup structure here. Okay, massive. But after breakup structure here, you didn't have a market structure shift here because you have this here. A breakup structure. And then, so you should have market structure shift here. And that was what was respected here. Can you see? It's a breakup structure. And we return back here flat here. So nothing like this shift happening. And then we have this guy. With my rolling and create a low. Then return back and break this structure too now. So after that, returning back here was down this change of character, which means this is another block. Has it been respected? Not yet. Because we're having another candle bullish. And then if it close bullish, then things are changing. You can see the double top you're looking at, the RSI is not doing that. The RSI is actually creating a high. So you have to wait. So confirmation need to be done. So, okay, so this candle is going to close bearish. Then another challenge is that when the RSI going above or still above, all right. So we have this candle now higher than this again. So this is purely price actions you're trading. So you can see now. So now by trading, that shows that it make a lot of sense here. Oh, no. It took out of this. So I'm going to wait for this candle to close. Are we going to have this thing close? And then the next candle will be my entry. Now, some risk traders will have taken an entry because they've seen that it's a change of character, and then they're going to take a trade. You get it? They're going to take a trade down to this point, guys. Oh, yeah, this is what I tell. That's what it is. And there, the stop loss based on what you've done, your analysis you've done on this previous place. Yeah, so that's the same thing. So if you go to another scanner, it's probably going to give you similar things. So you can see this. Right? So you can see our analysis here. You can see that, right? Yeah, so this is like inside bar. Oh, no, not an inside bar. Okay, so let's look at the other scanners. Yeah, I think I push up this one here. So, but this is still kind of bullish. You see, that's where it's become dangerous. So it has created another change of character, which means working with this guy. Then this is a bullish fair value gap. Okay, so look at it. Now, this is another fantastic place we get to on our 50 pips capping. It's our 50 pips capping. So this is a rejection, this point. This is a rejection. This is a resistance, all right? The market have traveled up to this point. You see this point to this point is 100 pips. So anyone who trading that, you will have make 100 pips. And so, but scalping with that, we move down probably to 5 minutes, all right, to find this appropriate kind of entry. You get it now? So you're going to move in. So we have a 3 profit point, which I've not drawn in between this point, and other point, as it were. Yeah, so get it. So here out used to a 3 minute time frame, and probably look at it getting another support level, right? So most people, right, have find this is capping because when gold decide to be choppy somehow, so you can be trading within those regions. Okay, so let's go back to this guy we're waiting for. The candle close. Has it closed? Yeah, it has. Oh, 1 more minute to go. So I think the double top actually did wonder. Yeah, so but waiting for candle close is very important. But a very massive snapper entry trader don't wait. They will have done an entry and even targeting this point to make a lot of money. Oh yeah, you need to know. So going to this table, from here to here is money. You don't know. Oh yeah, it's money. Can you see now? Money, 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 money. Ooh, so look at it. So I will do a different thing together for you to know where profit taking happens inside here to here to here to here in that order. So let's go back to close. So I'm taking a trade here. Go to I'm taking a trade. So it's going to pull back though into, because it's still bullish, right? Even at this time frame. So I'm taking a trade. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't waste my time. Oh man, let's go here. I'm taking a trade. Don't worry. We're going 4, 5 minutes. It's very, very choppy. That's the problem. Okay. You can see now, this is respecting all of those regions. So if I'm taking a trade now, because if it were here, see now, it's creating another power of 3 for scalper. So for scalper, this is already entry, another entry for scalper here. So if I'm taking a trade, I'll just take a small lot size first, because this is I'm doing more of training, and then sell, and then my stop loss is going to be above this point. Yeah, so if I want to be on the safer side above this point, that's my stop loss going to be 4213, 4213, 4213. Right, 4213. So I'm gonna lose about, so let me make it 1, 2, 4, 31 bucks. So I'm gonna look at, see what I told you guys here. Yeah, so 4130, something like that. 4130. So 130 something bucks. Zoom. I'm good to go. That's so now, but I'm gonna wait to see how these markets actually react properly here. And so look at it on the 1 minute. And so people who are scalping on 1 minute, yeah, so this is sweep of liquidity, right? It's a sweep of liquidity. Now people are taking profits. They've taken buy here, right? And take profit here. Yes, sir. So that not all buy they take anyway, but you have to confirm with your own. Like key, we take confirmatory power three here. Yeah, so power three here. Now for some persons, and then so here. Now, so there's another point that is respecting here. I'll quickly show you that. So if I draw this now, you're going to see something here. I'll turn it to something this way. Now I'm going to show you something here. So there's something here about this scalping strategy called 50 pips. So if I want to be scalping a small account, so here, so what's here? What's this point here? That's 420, right? Yeah. And then here is what? Oh, so excuse me. Let's check. What's the point here? Got fractals by fractals and coordinate by coordinate. Come on, what's going on here? What's this one? Okay, so I needed to do some of those things, but no time. I will do it in different videos. And then I've shot the market already. So I'm $7 profit right now. So targeting going down here to make some good bucks. And that's what it is. And that's how we do top-down analysis, review markets, and making money. Make sense? All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't play with it. Roll this market, make money, work yourself. If you lose, you lose. Make, you make. And that's it. So the market now to rock down, and that's one of the things that we tell people how to maximize this market. So you can see we have fantastic tool, but you see how here is still getting a problem. So, but when somebody who is trading with all of this strategy, then you can be taking profits. And so I'm not going to tell you detail about how to do what we call DCA permutation. And so that you can leave it choppy, and then you can see that as choppy as it is, now somebody's going to be making cool money here. You know what I'm saying? So sweep of liquidity, get here. A sweep of liquidity, the market move up here. And then from here to here, it's already cool money. But because I was not there and doing this is a training I was doing. Okay. So however, so we have this rock down and sweep again, total sweep. Okay. So here to here. Come on, guys. That's 100 pips already, guys. So if you wait for this guy, so I'm not using this guy, this sell, because do more 5 minute sell buy make more sense than this 1 minute or something. But I'm using the market structure price action purely, to spoil that state. So I wouldn't wait for this buy, sell, all of that. This buy, sell is for beginners, and of course it work more with maybe 5 minutes or 15-minute time frame and all of that, but not in a turning market, especially in a choppy environment that the market could actually give those kind of a thing. All right. So if you go back to 15 minutes, you're going to see something different. All right. So this is market structure shift. You understand? So this is shifting market structure. And then he returned back to, so that's your working purely on market structure. And then we'll go back to our pure market analysis with it here. I'm going to about 15-minute time frame. You can see here that this is market structure shift. Right. So we have a total shift here. And then we have this market origin, which is another block over here. All right. So this is the last one. And now before this, and that's where you're taking that. So you can be stopped out, right? Yeah, absolutely. But you've done just a kind of a sniper entry at this point. Okay, guys? So now doing your sniper entry here, you're still targeting. You remember, this is a fair value gap and a bullish fair value gap for that matter. And then so when the market return back here, you want to pay much attention to see the reaction of the market down to this point. And that's what it is. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, so just learn on how to apply the best strategy for yourself. Making money can be very fantastic. So my name is Medes Felix. I'm the team leader of Plan B Spray. You want to enjoy all of this thing? You need to go to the comment section, join our group on Telegram or WhatsApp, and then you can be part of Plan B Express Cash Flow Solution Club. It just $150 yearly. Yeah, you have access to all the strategy on the basic. You want to get the more advanced, this all of those things, then probably you have to come into Plan B Express Felix Forest Inner Court. What do I call it? Felix Forest Inner Court. And so you're going to make a lot of money. And so guys, so look at it now, this market, and probably let's see, we break out of this point. I'll say, and then even on 15 minutes, you see have a fair value gap, too many. And now this can be all to this point uh, down to this order block, and then this is a fair value gap and all of that. We're rocking down the city, guys. We're rocking down the city. Make a lot of sense. So make it open. Look at it. How much are we making now? We're making about 13 bucks, guys. So you can see the market. We're making about 13 bucks. Thank you very much. You have a nice time. Bye-bye.